This is my story. I'm ready to share it now that I'm past being a victim. I've always been misunderstood because nobody knows my story. So I'm going to share some with you. My life has been full of trauma and betrayal, and it all started at a very young age. SA that started as a young kid sprinkled into my adult life. Never supported, always betrayed by everybody closest to me. All of my experiences caused hypervigilance and a fear, a, a fire to protect my daughters at all cost. But nobody saw the pain that was hidden underneath my mission to protect them. I was made out to be crazy, dangerous, and set up in a way to be portrayed as a danger to my daughters. The struggle never ended. It never got easier. I had full custody of my daughters for the past 10 years. No support group, no family close, nobody to help me. It was just me. And their dad did everything he could to bring me down, including manipulating our daughters to think that I'm crazy. He told them for years that I'm schizophrenic, I'm dangerous, and they betrayed me. I was arrested for battery and in jail for 6 days. And the whole time I was in there, I didn't understand why. I thought maybe the cops filed battery charges, but I learned that it was my daughters had said that I had hit them. The battery was dropped just a couple of days after I was in jail, but I resisted. I panicked, and felt like if I fought hard enough or screamed loud enough or held on tight enough, if I could just keep them from taking me, I would be safe. I had lost my job. I went to work the night that I got out and had received an email that they accepted my resignation. And then the next day I got an eviction notice on my door. At that point, I had lost everything, and my entire identity was my daughters. Since then, I've been alone. I have been paying a friend to stay at her house, but that was never-ending judgment. I had been in survival mode my whole life and spent a lot of time alone. They would talk about how lazy I was because I just wanted to rest, be by myself. So while going through the worst part of my life, I was completely alone, abandoned, judged by everybody. And I started this journey with not really knowing what I was doing. No mentor, no support, no knowledge. I just knew that there had to be answers. After removing all labels, all thoughts of who I was, all expectations, all beliefs that have been instilled in me, and that has been my purpose. Now I realize that happiness comes from within. I've always heard that, never understood it. Now I get it. And I will never abandon myself again. Not to make anybody comfortable. No. I will do anything to protect this peace that I have and authenticity. I will never lose myself again. And I realize once you reach that level of peace and happiness from within, that's when your cup is full enough to overflow for others. I've always wanted to help people, never knew how I could, but now it makes sense. My happiness is all that it took, my peace. Now I get to choose what I do with that. We all have traumatic experiences, mine no worse than anyone else. It's all about what is most important to that person. And my kids were everything to me. So that grief that I felt, it was as real as somebody losing a family member. We don't have to become victim or a product of what we were born into. We just have to find ourselves at the core, letting go of all fear and everything that you've been told. And it's not easy. It is not easy. But that is when you get to experience heaven on earth. I have detached from everything that is not good for me. And I'll never sacrifice myself for anybody again. I'm so thankful to have a second chance to be able to experience this. Very blessed. Love you guys. See you soon.